Hello and welcome. These are selections for Thursday, the 24th of November. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you're all very, very well. Coming up today, we've got a much shorter video. Some of you will be delighted to hear. So just going to have one bet for Thursday. I've had a right good look through and there are some races that are good that I've not picked anything in, so I'm going to give out one bet. I've just done one lucky 31. It's £10 stake. 1 o'clock at Thurles is the first race, but I'm also going to recommend 4 other races for you to have a look at yourself. So if you want more than one bet, I'll give you the races to look at for different reasons, but there was just nothing standing out for me, and I'm just, as my dad would say, going a bit canny with the jumps at the moment. So we did okay today. We had a couple of winners last week at decent prices, but I'm just still I'm just not. I'm going easy. Is what I'm saying. I'm trying to be strict with my channel selection. So we'll see. Doesn't mean it's going to be a zinger, but who knows. So that's coming up. Before I do that, I'll do the review of Wednesday, and that is it tonight. There's no extra. I've got nothing extra for the World Cup, other than it's been fascinating looking at the results, and obviously another crackerjack. Japan knocking out. Well, not knocking out. That's a rephrase. Japan beating Germany. So yeah. All right. As far as Wednesday goes, I've got it as a reasonable enough profit. 15 on, 37.42 back, but it will depend on when you put the bet on, and also online everyone should be fine, but I have already heard from one viewer in shop, William Hill only paid out the third place standard terms in the 5:30 at Dundalk, when online everyone was 4 places, so that's a bit tight. So yeah, I feel if you've bet in shop today and you've only got standard terms, when all the other online bookies, it does my nut in that the people that can't get online for various reasons are the ones that sort of taken advantage of in a shop. So anyway, what did we have? We started off here, so that ran a nice race. 28-1 was the SP. So there's no bog on the channel. So if you did put that on as advised with a bog bookie, would have been slightly better off with a 28-1. That was a non-runner. I did recommend an alternative placed the 11-2 SP. It was 8-1 at the time of me posting. So if you'd got the replacement, you'd have come out with a small profit off that bet. If you didn't, then it was almost. Well, I say almost. It was a bit of money back, because that last leg was really disappointing. So a few coins back in the coffers there, but only a profit if you'd got the replacement in. Then this bet here, that was my value horse that day. It didn't finish very well, but I would say it was looking like it was getting in contention, and absolutely stacked it for a fence, and the jockey did well to stay on, and then it just never quite looked quite the same after that. So yeah, it was unfortunate really. Then the 4 o'clock, I split the bet here, and Sadiqua wasn't so good, but Scarlet Dancer did place nicely. And then went on to the Lion Strikes, which was in a bunch finish, and Celtic Revival finished 4th, and that's the one that I understand Hills in Shop didn't pay on. So it was a place double on one of the lucky 15s here, on the 10p ones, and a place treble on the other. And it really depends on when you put the bets on, because that was sort of around about the same price, but these two were both shorteners. So I'm hoping most people got decent enough prices and better than SP on those. So it returned a nice little profit on bet 2. Then we had bet 3, which didn't start off very well, and then we ended up having Wonder Spirit in there on its own as a place, which annoying to have it on its own in that one, but we did have it another bet. So yeah, on its own place single there, because nothing else made the frame. And then this pad is falling apart. It's coming to the end of its life, and I can't even turn to the last page. All right, what we got? The last bet, that was the most profitable bet. So the 5 o'clock, they were involved in a pretty tight bunch finish, but second and third, and then Celtic Revival was 4th in its race. It depends when you got the bet on, because that one actually, after the video, went to 40-1 last night, whereas the other two sort of crept in a little bit. So, I think the return will vary slightly on that one. And if you had it in William Millen's shop, then painfully you didn't get a return. So that is said 15 on 37.42 back for the channel stats. That starts us off nicely for the week, 22 ahead, which is almost as much as what we lost last week. So we're sort of bobbing about, and then that puts us now about 2 days stake behind for the month again. So we've got a little bit back, but who knows what it's going to be for Thursday. So Thursday's bet. So I'll do Thursday's bet, and then after that, there's 4 races to recommend. This is my one and only bet for Thursday. So it's a tasty looking bet. It's a bit like the one we had the other Sunday, where we did manage to get 3 legs for everyone and 4 legs on Sky Bet. So we'll see how we go. We've got there 1 o'clock Thurles is where we're starting. Stormy, an oldie but maybe a goodie, 20-1. Then we've got the next 2 are standard term races. So that first one is 5 on Sky and 4 most other places. But then the 110 Taunton, Fame and Game 20s, standard terms across all bookmakers. Then the 135 Thurles Silver Gazette is 18-1 standard terms across all bookmakers. And then we're going to finish off 5 on that 240 at Thurles, Paid's Passion, 18-1, 4 in most bookies. And then the last leg, the 250 Taunton. So these are all Thurles or Taunton. Notre Paris, 20-1, 4 places on most bookies. So it's a 15p each way, lucky 31, and a 35p each way double on 2. So because they're similar prices, if you're not getting any bog on here, because I'd recommend Sky as your best bookmaker. If you've got it with Sky in the morning, you'll get bog on those 2. The channel won't. If you've not got a Sky, then if you get it on tonight, you're losing out a place on legs 1 and 4, but you will get bog across the whole lot for 3, 6, 5 and Coral. But yeah, sorry, they're all similar prices. So 2 places we get almost half back. 3 places we make a nice profit. 4 places we'll be delighted. 5 places there'll be some cheers. So it doesn't need a winner. It can just be 5 places. And at those prices, without rule 4s and stuff, it would turn £1,000. And I don't normally like talking about what we might win, because I'm not about trying to give people false hope and promise on this channel. I just want to try and be realistic about it, and we're trying to work our way out a long-term profit. But I just wanted to kind of illustrate, just with 5 prices like that, what's possible. So it's a £10 bet. It is the only bet for Thursday. I had some debate, and I could have done a couple of bets. I was looking, should I do a lucky 15 and a trick in each way Trixie on the side? And in the end, I was like, no, I'm just going to stick with my favourite 5, do that and leave it. And then I'm just going to recommend you the other races. So these are the best 4 races I've not touched. So the 1240 is a great race mathematically from a structure point of view, because you've got an odds-on favourite and then you're getting some decent place value. So the 1240 is a good race for that. The other 3 are decent races for extra places across most bookmakers. So whether or not you want to mix and match, or whether or not you want to pick one in each of those and do your own lucky 15, or whether you're just happy doing my bet and leave it like that, it's entirely up to you. But yeah, because there were some decent enough looking opportunities that I just didn't find a horse in, I wanted to flag that these would be the next best 4 races. Not to say I have taken something in the best 5 races, because I probably haven't. On paper, mathematically speaking, a couple of these are probably better than the races I've chosen. But as you well know on this channel, what I'm doing is selecting between mathematically the best races and trying to find what I think are the horses that present the most value. Okay, that is it. Alright, I'll leave it there. I will be back Thursday night for Friday selections, and we're hoping Friday's going to pick up a little bit more in terms of volume. We'll see, and we're still hoping Saturday's going to hold out for being a good day, but we'll see. Alright, that is me for tonight. Thank you very much. Bye bye.